Apostle Paul was not always a follower of Jesus. In fact, his life began very differently from how it ended. Paul was born in the city of Tarsus, a well-known city in the Roman Empire. At birth, his name was Saul. He was born into a Jewish family and was also a Roman citizen, which was rare and very important at that time. As Saul grew up, he was very intelligent. He studied the Jewish law under a famous teacher named Gamaliel. Saul knew the scriptures very well and was very serious about his religion. But Saul believed that the followers of Jesus were wrong. After Jesus died and rose again, many people began to preach about him. This made Saul very angry. He believed he was serving God by arresting Christians, putting them in prison, and even supporting their deaths. One day, Saul was traveling to Damascus to arrest more Christians. Suddenly, a bright light from heaven flashed around him. Saul fell to the ground and heard a voice say, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Saul asked, "Who are you, Lord?" The voice replied, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting." At that moment, Saul became blind. He was led into the city, where he did not eat or drink for 3 days. Then God sent a man named Ananias to pray for him. When Ananias prayed, something like scales fell from Saul's eyes, and he could see again. Saul was baptized and filled with the Holy Spirit. From that day, everything changed. Saul began to preach that Jesus is the Son of God. The same man who once hunted Christians now preached the gospel boldly. Later, Saul became known as Paul. Paul traveled far and wide, preaching the gospel across Asia, Europe, and Rome. He preached in cities, villages, synagogues, and even prisons. He faced many troubles. He was beaten, he was arrested, he was shipwrecked, he was mocked and rejected. But Paul never gave up. Through his ministry, many churches were started. Paul also wrote many letters to believers, which later became books of the Bible, such as Romans, Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, and Philippians. Paul's life shows us that no one is too far from God to be changed. The man who once destroyed the church became one of its greatest builders, and his story reminds us that when God calls someone, nothing can stop the purpose of God.